Devolver really has a knack for giving a platform to quirky, thought-provoking titles. Games that knock the cobwebs off the creative avenues of your mind and weave together odd flavour combinations that you thought would never work, but here you are, knuckling down into a peanut butter and gherkin sandwich and loving every minute. The Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood is one such mouthful of briny legumes, somehow cramming the base components of graphic editing software into a celestial story of spacefaring witches and their very complicated case structure. Making sense so far? No? Good, because the confusion is a perfect appetizer. Cosmic Wheel is a game about tarot card reading, but more than that, it is a game about tarot card creation. Throughout your groovy personal journey of redemption, you will create your own Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck of fate-altering prediction, literally placing visual components onto cards and creating outcomes for cosmic, life-guiding questions. You will interpret their meanings based off the elements you have created, the question being asked, and the person doing the asking. All this before you even step into the glorious meat and potatoes of your experience. A narrative that sinks some seriously deep hooks into you, about a witch named Fortuna, and the complicated role she seems to play in the universe. You see, Fortuna finds herself banished to a space of nothingness, admittedly worse than solitary confinement, for the crime of divining the fate of her witch's coven. I guess spoiler alert laws are taken very seriously in the witching community, and after dutifully serving her sentence for a long-ass time, Fortuna decides that enough is enough and she isn't waiting 800 years for freedom. Enter Abramar, a being that outdates our universe and is really open to hanging out and having a chat, and entering into a cosmic pact that will influence our life beyond any mortal understanding. It is an experience that somehow weaves the cosmically wondrous with the marvellously mundane. Chit-chat with an eldritch being beyond your comprehension shouldn't be this casual and quick-witted, but your relationship with Abramar is as believable as they come. And your timeless, eternal colleague outright has a human level of discerning care to your cruel punishment, eventually offering to help you craft a new tarot deck so you can get back to doing the thing you love. That isn't to say that Abramar overshadows the supporting cast. Many faces will visit your humble asteroid home like it's the window of a drive-thru, each with their own quirky character design and individualistic neat animations that define their personality, as they seem to acquiesce to your situation and drink deeply of your latent fortune-telling talents. The depth of the dialogue is astonishing. Tiny tidbits like the establishment of a witch police or something much more large scale like nominating new leadership for your coven adds to a rich tapestry that paints a picture of Cosmic Wheel's universe. From the granular dynamic of your coven members to the new faces that approach Fortuna in awe like she's some kind of celebrity, everyone has a compelling motivation and a quirk to engage with. The only downside to this tale is that when it all comes to a head, there really is a lot going on. The main crescendo of the game can be somewhat discordant, with all manner of noteworthy narrative decisions and relationships bubbling up to the surface and reminding you of how they will impact the stakes at play. Thankfully, it is an experience where stopping to take a breath is fine, so you can measure and mete out your next plan of action with little resistance, but for some it may feel overwhelming when your witchy ways start to finally reach their zenith. The Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood is a game where you play with cards, but it is not by any means a card game. This is a narrative adventure where your outcomes and relationships manifest by way of interactions, and the cards will absolutely influence such a thing. It is divination by very definition, seeking knowledge of the future by supernatural means, and that future is yours to mold by the choices you make and the connections you shape, and I guess the odd card that you craft.